Hi, we're here for It's Time to Catch Some Z's. We're going to be talking about developing healthy sleep habits to improve mental health. I'm Jeanne McCormack. I'm a school psychologist at Quince Orchard High School, and I am with.
Hi, I'm Ashley Ryan, also a school psychologist, and I support Flower Hill Elementary and Resnick Elementary. It's a pleasure to be with you here today.
So today we're going to be taking a quick moment to check in about how much sleep you're getting and how much sleep you should get. We'll be going over some sleep tips, as well as talking about how to change your sleep schedule. So to optimize the amount of sleep that you're getting so you can feel your best. And then finally, we will be making a plan for better sleep today. So let's get this started. Okay, so our sleep fact trivia quiz. True or false? Take a moment to think. Lack of sleep slows down your thought process. Is that true or false? So that is true. So what they found is that sleep deprivation leads to lower alertness and concentration. When the brain has not received enough rest, it is more difficult to focus and pay attention. So then you're more easily confused by tasks and processes you engage with. Excellent. Question number 2, true or false? A lack of sleep increases attention, homework completion, school attendance, and memory. Is that true or false? If you said false, you're correct. All of these things can be impacted by lack of sleep. Now, true or false? Sleep deprivation decreases anxiety and hyperactivity. False, absolutely. So a lack of sleep can decrease your ability to handle stress. And so what we found is some recent studies have found that some children who present with symptoms of ADHD are in fact not getting enough sleep. So it's something to keep in mind. So another true or false question for you. An inability to process others' emotions, skin damage, physical complaints, and weight gain are all conditions that are impacted by a lack of sleep. Is this true or false? True, absolutely. So when sleep deprivation occurs, emotional processing is more difficult. The brain and body loses its ability to heal itself, and thus weight gain and skin damage can occur. So a lot of things that we don't want going on by getting a lack of sleep. That's why it's so important that you're here today. So another true or false question. At least 40% of children will experience some type of sleep problem before age 18. Do you think that's true or false? Absolutely, that's true. So sleep problems are common, but they are often controllable. So we can make a change today to start building these healthy sleep habits. Wonderful job with our sleep fact trivia. So Dr. Ryan, take us away with our check-in.
Okay, so now that we've learned about some facts regarding sleep, I want you to think about yourself or think about your children, and I want you to rate yourself, check in with yourself. How many hours of sleep do you or your children get per night? Less than 2 hours, 3 to 4 hours, 5 to 6 hours, 7 to 8 hours, or 8 hours or more? Okay, so think about that as we move on to the next slide. So how much sleep we need, it's dependent on age. Focusing on school age children, this chart shows that students in elementary school should be getting 9 to 12 hours of sleep per night, while students in middle and high school should be getting between 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night. Gallen et al. Conducted a meta-analysis in 2018 which suggested that children in all age groups were sleeping slightly below the lower end of the recommendations. For the older age groups, Gallen et al. Found that there were significant differences between school night and weekend sleep, with weekend sleep nearly an hour longer, suggesting that weekend sleep was making up for the sleep debt accumulated over the school week. So this result is particularly important because while much of the focus has been on sleep duration, much research has linked sleep quality and sleep regularity to important cognitive, emotional, and health outcomes. So if you're finding that your children or you aren't getting enough sleep, or the sleep quality is poor or perhaps irregular, what can you do? So here are 4 recommendations for ways to change your sleep schedule. First, adjust your bedtime slowly. Push back the start time in 15-minute increments until you reach the desired time. So for example, if you've been going to bed at 11 o'clock and you want to change your bedtime to 10 o'clock, then tonight go to bed at 10:45, tomorrow at 10:30, and so on until you reach 10 o'clock. Consider using a sleep diary or a sleep app as discussed in the next section of this presentation as a support for adjusting your bedtime. Another recommendation is to create a relaxing bedtime routine. So about 30 minutes before bedtime, start your routine. Consider taking a bath, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, playing relaxing music, or mindfully completing an evening task like bedtime yoga, guided meditation, or reading a book, doing a crossword puzzle. Avoid active play at least 1 hour before bedtime and cut out screen time at least 1 hour before bedtime. The blue light from screens, it suppresses our production of melatonin, which is a hormone in our bodies that promotes feelings of sleepiness. You want to make sure your bed's comfortable, the room is dark, and the temperature not too warm. Make your routine the same each night so that over time, those actions become cues to tell your body that it's time for sleep. Another recommendation, do not nap, even if you're tired. If you're feeling tired later in the day, don't lay down and don't watch TV. Instead, do something active. Go for a walk, do more intense exercise, or call a friend, read a book, or perhaps play some type of interactive game. And then the last recommendation is to wake up at the same time each day. Be consistent, school days and weekend days. Set an alarm or use your phone. What time did you get up today? As you prepare to return to school or during the school breaks, if you're going back, sometimes your schedule can get off. So set the alarm in 15-minute increments, 15 minutes earlier each day, until you are awake at the time needed to get to school on time. And if you find yourself hitting the snooze button, position your alarm across the room. Throw the covers off, have water near your bed, get a drink, and then get up and go shut off the alarm.
What awesome tips. So one of the recommendations that Dr. Ryan mentioned was to use a sleep diary to keep track of how much sleep you're getting. And as you learned, there's optimal amounts of sleep you should be getting. So what you have here are 2 examples of sleep diaries you could use. So one, and you can feel free to use the QR code by scanning those with the camera on your phone, or use the bit.ly code and type that into your browser. So what we would encourage you to do is take a look at how much sleep you're getting and how you're feeling when you get that much sleep. So for the next 2 weeks, keep a diary of that and see what you notice. There are also apps that you can use on your phone. For example, Sleep Score is one of those apps. So definitely consider checking that out today. So now what? You know that you need more sleep and you want to make a change. Where do you start? Decide to make one change to your sleep schedule. Maybe you set a bedtime timer every day and get to bed at around the same time each day. Maybe you try getting up at the same time each day and setting an alarm, or try getting outside for a walk rather than taking an afternoon nap. Again, take a picture of the QR code or type the bit.ly code into your browser to see a list of these different strategies that you can try and take with you from today's presentation. We are so grateful that you took the time to learn more about sleep and make your mental health a priority. Again, I'm Jeanne McCormack, and I'm here with Ashley Ryan, and feel free to contact us if you have any questions.
Wonderful. And then on the next slide, we do have some resources for parents and adolescents as well as children. So with the first two parent resources, these two books listed, they focus on sleep habits and they're geared for children ages infancy through adolescence. But some of the strategies recommended for adolescents also can apply to adults. The middle section, the bedtime books for young kids, these are geared more to kids up to about ages 5 or 6. And then lastly, with the sleep applications, these are geared more towards adolescents through adults, just using applications as a way to support your sleep habits. And then the final page of our presentation are references, just citing the various resources that we pulled together in order to provide this information to you. So once again, thank you so much, and we hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.
Stay well.